Okay, look over your shoulder and let's do a tight U-turn. Go in front of these petrol tanks. There we go. Good. And now pull up behind this here VW Golf R. And onto Constellation Drive. Alright, so that's a pretty funny name, Constellation Drive. Not because of what the actual name is, but because of what the streets around here are called. They're all named after various space-themed, let's just say things. So there's Vega. Not sure what that is. Vega Galaxy. I'll look it up when I get home. Constellation Drive, Vega there. Atlas Place here. So Atlas. Oh. Just a Vertec. We have Ascension, the Ascension into Space, Parkway Drive, that's an old road. In case you don't know, all of this was farmland up until about 20 years ago when they started developing it. So Constellation Drive, let's see, nothing there. And now we're pulling onto Apollo Drive. So you'll see it up there, number 8 Apollo Drive. Windy day today, 11 Apollo Drive. So we're just heading down Apollo Drive, and I thought that I'd better announce it now. I've landed a job in Melbourne, Australia, so I'll be moving out of New Zealand, and it's only temporary because I've got a student loan and I'm only allowed to go overseas for 1 year before I start being charged interest. Alright, so over here, Antares Place, the Antares Constellation, I believe it is. Antares. And what do we have down there? Orbit Drive. So I believe I'll be pulling onto Orbit Drive. There was another street along called William Pickering. I believe he was a pioneer of space as well. I could be wrong. Triton Drive, another constellation. Down there, this is Arran Way. I am going to miss this place. They've just finished working on that motorway up there, and they're building a raised busway over here. What's this? Is this one of those Mazda Familia turbos? An old Familia, looks really good. Really nice condition. Oh, a girl driving it. So, hopefully I've got it on camera, but the other day I went down Mason's Road here. I just want to, you know, take a quick look around some places I've never been before. Mason's Road was one of those, and what I came across was quite the spectacle, if I do say so myself. So you got nice new houses on the right, sort of like British or American styled. On the left here you got the NZ Vintage Car Club, an old house getting redone. And once again, if you look carefully, there's a paddock here with cones in there and a Prius. Now, on the weekend, I rode past here and they put the cones out in this paddock, and there was a Mercedes 500 SEL hooning it around those cones. I was like, am I seeing things correctly? Is there really a classic Mercedes in a paddock driving around cones? It's just not believable. And then I saw this. Lancia Way. So, classic car club over there, and Lancia Way down here. Yeah, Allegro Way doesn't... Oh, well, wait, Allegro's a car. The Austin Allegro, so Allegro Way here. And we're up on Mason's Ave, and if I had the money to buy a house, I'd try to be buying one over here. Probably that empty block and building. Someone's already bought it and built there. Because, man, these street names, eh? You get down here and there's Medallion Drive. No cars I know of called Medallion. There is a Laurel Medalist. That's about it. The gator. Let's go. Let's see. And I was just on Lagonda Rise. The Aston Martin Lagonda. That big wedgy thing from the 1980s. Well, actually, speaking of the Lagonda, a couple of years ago, they were actually talking about turning the Lagonda brand into its own mark. So, producing big luxury vehicles just like the Aston Martin Lagonda. But instead of calling them Aston Martins, they're all going to be pretty much a rival to Maybach. Oh, Mustang. Meridian Court. So that's the end of those interesting street names. Alright, so I've got to find something for dinner, so nice driving, lady. Yeah, just cut through both lanes without looking. That's in the road code, isn't it? Brilliant. Oh, well, the good news is I'm on a motorbike, which means I get to do something a little bit like this. Hello, goodbye, see you later, fuck off, everybody. There we go. What's that little thing, hey? Lowrider. Not today, Subaru. Not today. And Christ almighty. Alright, so it's also sudden that everything's happening. Just packing up and moving over. But been asking a few Australians about the rules there and what to expect. And one thing that they said, that someone told me and actually sent me part of the Australian legislature, is that if you're on a full motorbike you can split through traffic. If you're not in your full license then you can't, at least in New South Wales, but I'm moving to Victoria. And then for Victoria, if you have a motorbike you can legally park it on the footpath. However, it must be out of the way, and you can lane filter, but you are not allowed to lane split. Now, the difference between lane filtering and lane splitting is whether you are stopped or moving. Come on, bro. Maybe I won't do it now. So, I was actually going to split through traffic just before, but it looks like all the traffic has disappeared. It's now 6:03 PM. Summertime, so the sun is not down. The sun is still up and bright. But I was going to go down Oteha Valley Road down the bottom there and split through traffic. Now, over in New Zealand, splitting and filtering and parking on a footpath, none of that is illegal. It's just that people don't read the road code. And I don't blame them, because it's only the road code for bikers that actually has rules like that. And that the car road code is different from the bike road code. And well, why would it say that a motorbike can do this and that when you're not going to be driving a motorbike? So most people here aren't going to be bikers, and they won't have a clue about splitting. So some opinions that I've heard, oh yeah, they can do that if they want, but at the end of it they're going to get arrested by the police because there's cameras about. And like I said before, no, it's not illegal. So I've split past police cars in traffic, they do nothing. I've split past police bikes in traffic, still they do nothing. They would do something if you're speeding or if they think that you're not doing it safe. So someone told me it's illegal, you're not allowed to do it. I said no, it's actually in the motorbike road code. And they said, oh well, if you do that then you're and you should be shot. Okay dude, so someone is jealous. Now just to clarify, if you are lane splitting, you're not in a lane, you're not contributing to traffic. So some bikers call it the invisible lane, which is the gap between the cars. If the gap isn't there, then you just don't go, and sit between the cars. You're not actually in a lane. So lane splitting is not legal. Lane filtering is not legal. Overtaking on a double yellow is not illegal. As long as you don't go over the yellow line. If you do go over the yellow line, then the police by all means can arrest bikers. What do we have behind? Some sort of DC2. And he's taking pretty aggressive lines. Oh, there he is. Look at that fucking piece of shit with paint fade. I had a Honda once. It was a brilliant car. B16A VTEC. It was flash tuned so that the VTEC kicks in at 5.5. Fun car to drive, but that guy's just being a cunt. Fucking. And here's one who's a piece of shit. Oh, don't want to get my mirror whacked again, so please shoot. Back on we go. And back home. Oh. There we go. Yes. So that's the rules around lane splitting.